What's going on, guys? Zuco back with another Shadowlands video. How are y'all doing? I hope you are doing really well. Listen, today we're going to talk about a rogue. We're going to do another rogue video. This thing's absolutely pumping. It's just crazy. I actually can't show you the details right now of the damage because I did a bunch of raid bosses last night. But I'll show you at the end of the video. The amount of damage that we do in this DOS that I'm going to show you, plus 15 DOS, it's absolutely slapping. And I'm going to show you my entire build here. I just want to make a quick note to say that the last couple of videos were obviously about kind of the state of like raiding, and then we were talking about Season 4 that just got announced. It's coming August 2nd, so we're kind of all running out of time to get the different things in this season that we want to get. But that's okay. I think Season 4 is going to be a lot of fun. On top of that, the Priest talents just came out for Dragonflight, so I will do a video on that, but I wanted to just take a break on all the news videos and just do an actual gameplay video once again, because my god, does this thing ever slap. It's just crazy. It's really, really good. So let me get into my build and all my gear and all that stuff right now, and then we'll get into the video really quickly. I have been leveling up all my gear on my rogue, so we're actually at 273 now, which is pretty crazy. What did I have? Give me 1 second to look at my... So, we have...
My squad.
I don't remember if I had... I think I had the different legendary on. Yeah, I did. I definitely did. Okay, so let me switch that up right here. So, I was running this build here. But again, I just want to say really quickly that, like, all my gear's been upgraded with Valor, and, like, farming Mythic Plus at this point in the season, if you're going to roll, like, an ult character and try to farm Mythic Plus, like, it's so easy to get gear. It happens so quickly. So, anyway, we're basically 273. Here's the build that I had. I ran Kyrian because I love Kyrian, especially in keys. I think it's just better for me personally, and I've talked a lot about this, that, like, if you like a particular covenant that has a particular play style attached to it, and you're gonna play that better than as opposed to playing like whatever the meta is and playing it wrong. So I'll show you the amount of damage we pump out in this key. It's pretty ridiculous. But we're running Kyrian. We do get the Echoing Reprimand, Anima charging 4 combo points, and then we have the Sinister Strike legendary, the Pistol Shot legendary, sorry, where you have a chance to fire off 3 extra shots. So that's what we're running in terms of that. We've got our tier set bonus, of course, which is all about Pistol Shot, which is why we're running this. And then on top of that, the talents that we have, I actually went with Quick Draw this time instead of Weapon Master. And I know Weapon Master is kind of the go-to talent to take when it comes to the Pistol Shot legendary, because the Blunderbuss legendary, because you're going to have a higher chance to get a chance to fire off your Blunderbuss legendary effect, right? So, but Quick Draw just does a lot of extra damage. It is surprising how much extra damage you get out of this. And also, the generating of extra combo points is pretty huge as well. Again, if Outlaw can get to a 5-point or a 6-point combo, finisher, the quicker they can get back to that, the quicker they can get all their cooldowns back. So, really, it's actually pretty good. I think you could substitute either one of these in. I actually tried Ghostly Strike for a little while. I'll have to do a video on that later, but I just didn't go with Weapon Master this time around, but that's okay. Weapon Master, Acrobatic Strikes, and I do Marked for Death, and I know a lot of people are taking Deeper Stratagem. Certainly in raids, people are taking Deeper Stratagem, but I just really, I don't know, guys. I can't get away from Mark for Death. It's so good. Like, even if you aren't getting a reset on it, it gets cooled down so fast by Restless Blades, right? Restless Blades cools down Mark for Death. So, I just love it. So, anyway, I went Quick Draw, Mark for Death. The rest of it's pretty standard. That's it there. And then we did go Mechanicos, of course. And you're going to run... I did Count the Odds and then Triple Threat this time around instead of Sleight of Hand. And I think Sleight of Hand is still fine, but Triple Threat is really good, apparently. That's what a lot of people are kind of running. So that's what we ran. Let's jump into the video. Let me get over here. Turn on this thing here. I think I got to move this camera over to here. Yep, let's do that. Okay. So let me start off with a little... This is something pretty funny at the beginning of the video. What's the range? They were wiped from the sun today. We had so much sun. Grappling Hook is not a good ability. All right, let's see if I can do this, guys. Ready? See if I can be like a monk. Here we go. We're going to sprint. No! You can't Grappling Hook anything.
Lol.
Why is there never any path available?
It's so brutal.
It should work. Grappling Hook sucks. It's so unfair. It's so unfair, guys. Buff Grappling Hook. We need to buff Grappling Hook for sure. It should work better than that.
You could use Swap Blaster while moving.
Oh, man. I'd get trolled a lot more often. Okay, let's get into it. 213.20.
I think Blizz thought ahead on.
This is the opening pack here. Sorry, yeah, exactly. Yeah, see, Sleeping Nose. Again, I'm going to tricks for trade, tricks the tank, and then I'm going to press roll the bones, and then I'm going to mark for death a target and get into my slice and dice right away. Rest of you guys. That's also why I like mark for death, because you can get slice and dice rolling immediately. Sorry, sleep. Then you don't have to think about it anymore. I've already got 2 minutes of slice and dice.
Watch your step.
We're doing 23k, 22k, obviously not as much as the other guys. Right now I'm using Cloak to just make sure I can keep doing damage and not get hit by any of the AoE pools that are going on the ground. So, again, Rogue just has so many tools that help them continue to do damage. So grab Woe here, and then you're going to run to the Night Phase zone, and then this is where our damage really pops off, in the Night Phase zone. This is insane. So we're doing 26k already.
Keep jumping.
We basically maintain about 26k, I think. Sleepa jumps ahead of us on the Monk. At least you still get a little. And then Kaz pulls ahead on the Hunter, just fine. But we're still right up there. We're doing 30k right now. We're right there, guys. The damage is really good, even though Outlaw has capped AoE, right, compared to these other classes which have uncapped AoE.
Something like that. I mean, the circle just basically.
Damn, I should have sold more. Just kind of way too fucking.
Keep jumping.
Again, we're still doing 30k. It's just really good. Obviously, Sleep's doing 72k on the Monk, which is great. That's what Monks can do, right?
I cheated.
But it's just really good. By the end of this pull,
Can I release?
we end up doing about 25,
Actually, no, you'll be on the stairs.
24k. It's really good, like really, really solid. This is the kind of damage you can pull off on the Rogue, and I think it's actually even better than the Enhancement Shaman that I was running. Yeah, you're on certainly, like, I don't know what it is about Enhancement Shaman. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad, but I seem to be, I don't know. I have more synergy with Outlaw Rogue. I seem to be able to just kind of pull more damage on my Outlaw Rogue. So I just want to show you guys that it is possible to put up some crazy numbers for a capped AoE class, right? We are still capped, and Blizzard's never going to uncap us except for Blade Rush, which is like about a 10-second cooldown in reality. So watch this next pull coming up here. He's going to chop it off. This is where we really pop off here.
That's cruel. You just shave it. So it looks silly.
Here we go. We mark. We tricks Joe. I'm gonna mark for death in a second here. Look at our damage: 15k, 18k, 21, 26, 27, 28. We're stuck at 28 for a minute. But we're hovering 20, 31, 33, 34, almost 34k right there. 33, 34, 36. Did you see that? We hovered 36 for a second. 36k DPS on an Outlaw Rogue, and it's not even that many targets. There was like 8 targets for most of that. So this is what you can pump out as an Outlaw Rogue, and it's just like you can do it on almost every pack if you play Kyrian, because the Kyrian Echoing Reprimand just is up for every single pack, and that's why I like it so much versus, Venthyr, which is what most people play. And again, Venthyr's very good, but I just love having an ability I can press on every pack and having it impact my rotation on every single pack. I really, really enjoy the Kyrian playstyle. I just love it, guys. So if you haven't tried it out yet, I really encourage you to jump in with Kyrian and give it a shot. God, I can't get the cries. If you've just been tunneling on Venthyr this entire time as a rogue because that's what you were told to do, fair enough. I totally understand why you're doing it. But I promise you can do big numbers as Kyrian. Just in case you can't get it right. We're doing a 23k once again, 24, 25k. Like, you can do these kinds of numbers. It's actually not that hard to do. So, We're doing another, again, the next pack, we're doing the same damage on the next pack. It's just really solid. So here's Xy'exa, the boss fight. We've struggled a lot on this boss fight to try to manage the lightning zap, arcing lightning debuff thing that you get.
Ball lightning.
Thank you.
You're
So-
actually doing it. Thank you.
One thing that you can
Love
do,
that. We love that.
one thing that actually Xlynks just did, this is really cool. Here's where you can help. If you have a bunch of melee people, here's how you manage the arcane lightning buff. Because you're going to get it bouncing just between, like, you and the tank, and then you and the tank. And eventually, your lightning stacks are going to get so high that you'll just get one-shot by the arcane lightning. So Xlynks actually runs in. He's the druid right here. He's a ranged person. He runs in right next to me.
Thank you.
He
You're
actually
doing it.
He
Thank
actually
you.
gives me the arcane lightning because he's a troll. But
Love
the
that. We
what
love
I can
that.
do later is I can go back out and give it to him or Kaz because they're ranged, right? Also, as rogue, you can obviously drop your stacks with Cloak at some point if it gets really high. I think I do that later in the fight when it gets to like 9 stacks. Here's
Looks
the
like
big
there's
bomb.
Vi beams on this fight. It's weird. There is no Vi though, so I'm not really sure what's going on.
So I have 6 stacks right now. You can always grappling hook down to the ground so you don't take fall damage. Don't forget to do that. So I'm passing off my lightning debuff again.
That one's for
I gave it to Sleepa, which is good, but I have 8 stacks.
Sleeper on that back.
So if I get the next arcane lightning, it's going to be so much damage to me.
Believe me that there were 5 beams here.
I don't know what happened to my brain. It just turned off.
But thankfully, the debuff got passed to, I think, a
was like,
ranged person
there
now.
are
Sleepa
no
has 4
Vi
stacks.
beams.
I've got it back again. You just have to be careful
I'm
about
all
how
down
you're
with my
managing
girls
it.
Right now too. We actually just got through Avatar.
I'm not sure if I actually use Cloak here at the end. This is only a plus 15, right? So
Good. It was just
this really matters on like a high tyrannical key, like a 20. It really, really matters. So I have 7 stacks
like,
now.
having 4 villains and 4
8 stacks. There we go. We end up killing her, so it doesn't matter. But there is a good way to manage the stacks there between range players and melee players. And you're going to have to do it at some point on a higher tyrannical key. We go back to the top. We have a little bit of trash to clean up here. One thing I want to mention is that you can blind this bird over here.
Maybe. I'm honestly
These
not
baby
sure.
birds will like screech and they will empower the big bird that's here. So I just blind that guy to get rid of him.
You blind that so it aggroes after it wears off.
That's pretty important actually. Then we run through here, and Joe decides that he wants to have a little bit of fun. This is definitely not a good idea, but the big patrol guy is here, and he does like his big like burst of damage. He does a big pulsing AOE damage, and then there's also this whole pack. So this is not
Fight it all at once.
this is
Yep,
not a
those-
good thing to
those
do. But
face.
Joe's bored and he wants to pull it, so we do, which is totally fine. We pull it over here.
That's what I think too.
Joe's knifing.
Sleepa immediately says, "We're gonna die." So Joe gets the urn, and I'm focusing the wrong target here.
Shockwave.
I need to be focusing the big guy. I don't know why I was over here. It's completely wrong. Anyway, I should be focusing the enraged spirit, but I'm not. But again, we're doing good damage.
You guys are not hitting them.
Kaz is just pumping.
Yeah, I realize that now.
So now I still have Cloak here. I'm alive, and I have Cloak. But
Gonna need some
Joe
amazing druid heals.
Joe starts taking just a little bit too much damage, unfortunately. He gets whacked. So then I have aggro, so I pop evasion here,
I could use Death Strike.
and I can actually survive. And then I pop Cloak to get rid of the rage damage. So I'm actually living. Look at my health bar. It's not moving at all. I actually should not have popped evasion. I popped it too early. Now I'm dying because I don't have evasion up anymore. I'm just kiting, waiting for Joe to get back here. I didn't actually realize Joe was that close. He's just up the hill. Anyway, so we release, and we do end up killing this pack.
That was
Did he land on
insane.
Oh, yeah, this is a really cool moment from Joe. Watch this.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at where Joe is right now. He gets booped off the edge. He's up in the air right here. See his character? That's the Death Knight. Watch what he does. He
Got
blinks.
his ass.
Oh,
Did you see that? So if you're mid-air as a Night Fae, and you use the blink ability, the Fae the Fae transformation thing, it will stop you from moving backwards, and you'll just blink in place. So Joe was like flying backwards, and he hit his Night Fae ability, and it stopped him right there, and then he fell onto the platform.
oh my God, Joe. That was
Did he land on the
insane.
edge?
That was some crisp movement by
Did
Joe
you
there.
see that?
That was really cool,
I didn't see
actually.
where he landed.
I'm gonna try and show it one more time, just really quick. I'm going to die here, yada yada.
Oh, I died.
Then I release. And then we'll watch Joe here. Okay, here's the beam going off right here. Here comes the beam. Boom. Joe gets blasted. He's in the air. He's flying backwards.
Yeah.
He blinks. And he
Oh
stops
my
and
god.
plays. Really, really cool by Joe. That was super cool. Anyway, you shouldn't pull all that together, but we
Joe.
wanted to have some fun. So,
Nuke.
what do we do here next? Let's go past these guys. We kill this guy. You don't have to LOS as a rogue because you can cloak the damage from Haywire. Here comes the Haywire damage. I just press cloak, and I can stay out here and do damage, which is really nice. Also, Kaz was shooting them from behind the wall, which was really cool. The next one I do have to LOS, so that's fine. This next pack, you want to grab Woe. Make sure you grab Woe here. Okay? You're going to kill Woe, and you're going to do this skip.
The bolster?
Once these guys are all dead, you're going to Woe skip. Hit the engineering button, and then you're going to run through here. And then this is a really funny moment coming up with Xlynks here. Listen to this.
If you stop on the bridge, you're a bitch.
Range 5.
Stop him.
He stopped immediately. Stopping.
He immediately stopped.
He ran up to the sludge, and he immediately had to stop because he would have got knocked off the edge. But he was just so funny. If you stop on
Ran
the
into a wall,
if you
send
stop
help.
on the bridge, you're a bitch, and then he immediately stops. Here's the Manastorm fight. We actually don't have Lust. We can't cast Lust. We could, but Kaz is a marksman hunter, so it's not a big deal. This fight can be really hectic at the beginning with doing the slam, the frostbolts
Oh, he
coming
moved.
through.
Range 5.
Oh.
Joe had to move the boss, so I
He
couldn't hit him with the anyway, it ends up being fine. But you just have to watch. Just watch the very beginning of this fight because it gets very messy. As you can see right here. You're trying to hit him with the laser beam, but then you have to stand in between him and the crystals. You have to kick the frostbolt. The slam's going off. Yada, yada, yada. There's a lot going on. But we end up getting through it. Nothing too crazy here. And then we run out. Out.
Behind.
Is that the Canadian way to say out? I don't know how you Americans say out. Out.
Yeah, I got my
We
friend.
kill this enraged guy. And then there's one more pack here. Make sure you kick the Death Speaker here. So I'm going to Tricks Joe. I'm already stealth. I'm going to kick this Shadow Core. And then we start doing our damage.
Watch your step.
Big damage, 23k. You can get out to the... You can just start doing damage so quickly on Outlaw Rogue.
Go on the
Like, I'm
stairs
already
to
up to
dodge it, go on the
30K.
stairs to dodge it.
It's like I'm like 4 seconds into the fight, and I'm already up to 25k. I just think it's really cool. There's something about that I just love. I just love that so much. That's what the Kyrian gameplay gets you. I'm at 28k. We're just slapping, guys.
Guess what hero just linked me?
Oh
He
yeah.
just whispered me.
Hero was being
Analyzer?
cruel. Nope. Poxstorm from Plaguefall that I've been farming Poxstorm for like weeks from Plaguefall, and Hero just like whispered it to me in chat. He linked me that he has a Poxstorm.
Farming for like weeks.
Like, you're such a
Right.
jerk.
You got big old red feet.
Range 5.
He whispers me. He comes into the call in a second here. Hero comes in. What? Listen to this.
Range 5.
We're doing 19k right there. Here comes Hero.
Run. Range 5.
He's coming in a second, I swear.
Interrupt.
I thought it was sooner.
Run.
Hey, bub.
Uh-huh.
Did you get
I saw it. I saw it.
Yeah, he was already crying about it.
He just came into the chat to tell me that he got the Poxstorm, and then he left. What a jerk. It's really funny. Okay, let me skip ahead. I want to show you a moment here where you can use your double stun. What I mean by that is you can full combo kidney shot something and then press vanish and then cheap shot something else. On this pack, there's a double blade storm that happens. Here's the first one. Kidney. I kidney the first blade storm. The second blade storm's coming right here. I immediately vanish. I've already vanished. And I'm going to hit him with the cheap shot. There we go. Cheap shot. So I kidneyed and cheap shot it. You can do that, and it helps them. It just immediately gets rid of both those blade storms, which is really, really cool. Something you can do for your team. Here's Hakkar. Nothing crazy to talk about for Hakkar, except that you can basically cloak. Once he goes into his big pool, you can cloak that damage over time. So again, this is mostly a magic damage fight for the for anybody who isn't a tank. There's a lot of magic damage going out in this fight, and you can cloak most of it. So nothing really crazy to talk about there. We did 13k overall on him.
Yeah, that was a good catch there.
Here's Mueh'zala. One thing I do want to talk about for Mueh'zala is that you can press Adrenaline Rush on pull, and you will have it back for the intermission. So you can see my Adrenaline Rush is currently on cooldown, and by the time I get to the intermission, it will be off cooldown. Look at, I'm over here in the intermission. It's already off cooldown again. I have all my cooldowns. So if you're playing Outlaw Rogue and you're not sure about that, on the other side you think you should hold your cooldowns, don't. If you're playing Outlaw Rogue correctly, you can pop Adrenaline Rush on pull, and then you can pop it on the ad as well. Hold on, I want you guys to hear this. Xlynks is an absolute troll. Listen to what Xlynks says here.
Me and Joe are done.
So Xlynks is our healer. He's with the tank, Joe, and he goes, me and Joe are already done. Okay. Which is not true. So listen to this. Finally done?
Oh, so is that the platform I see? Oh, there were 2 people just now finished.
Kaz calls them out.
Oh, hallucinating.
Joe says we're hallucinating. They just finished in the nick of time, like just after I did. I thought I was the last person to finish, but they were.
The clone conduit.
We've been done for so long. We're already
That's
back to
so funny.
He paid me a lot of money, Kaz. He paid me a lot of money.
So funny. Xlynks is like, oh, we're already done. And they finished like after I did. Pretty funny stuff. Here's the ending of the dungeon. 1% more. We're almost there. And I'll show you the overall damage once we kill him here.
Everybody go left.
There we go. He's dead. We did 14.2k overall. 14.2k. Isn't that crazy? It's like just really good damage. I don't think I actually look at the damage chart.
Get fur off.
Do I?
Oh, Kamara. Yeah,
Do I-
uninstall the
Do
hero.
I look at it? Come on. Come on, Zuko.
We're getting there.
Oh, we did. We did. Okay, here it is. So, again, it's going to be Blade Flurry is always going to be your top number, but Dispatch is really high up there. My Dispatch is higher than normal because I get so many of these 7-point combo finishers from Echoing Reprimand, right? The Kyrian ability. When you consume one of those Anima Charge combo points, it acts as a 7-point finisher. So that's why my Dispatch ends up being really high. But there's the DPS breakdown right there. I just like... It's just really, really strong, guys. Honestly, I know some of you guys are probably just playing Venthyr because that's what everybody's kind of been told to play, and that's perfectly fine. But Kyrian works. It actually works, and it's very strong, particularly in Mythic Plus. When you run Mechanicos, it's really, really strong because you can get the cooldown reduction on Echoing Reprimand the way that he works with the Soulbind there. So I absolutely love it. If you guys haven't tried Kyrian, I would encourage you to try it out. It is a lot of fun. I promise you, you're going to have a lot of fun doing it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, if you like the Rogue content, drop a like down below to let me know. And if you haven't subbed to the channel yet, I would also really appreciate a sub from you guys. If you want to support the future of what I'm doing here, there's a link to my Patreon down below. That is absolutely the best way to help me out on a month-to-month basis. Thank you guys once again. I love you all. I'll see you in the next one.